Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we shall be discussing the problem of time travel. Now, what is time travel? It's the idea that humans can go from one point to another point in time. Um, it's been shown in media, various types of media like films, books, you name it, it has been shown. Now, a famous example is that of Back to the Future. Now, in this movie, a kid from the 1980s called Marty McFly went with the time machine of a crazy doctor to the past, and he accidentally broke up his parents. Now, that's a paradox because by breaking up his parents, they never got together and they never gave birth to him. Now, how could he have gone to the past if they never gave birth to him? It's a very big paradox. There's also other movies that show a protagonist go into the past and change something, but they were always meant to change it. A third way, like in Interstellar, there's something called time dilation. Now, this is the changing of the effects of time based on velocity and gravity. Um, Basically, if you are in a deeper gravity well, this means that there's a lot more gravity on you, or you're inside of the gravity well of something big like a black hole, time will be slower for you. Um, there's also velocity, which if you're going faster than something else in the universe, things will be slower for the thing that's going faster, but faster for everything else that's a slower speed. And time dilation is a real thing. It works out with physics. Now, is time travel even possible? Now, we're gonna have to go back to the Big Bang to explain this. Time began as soon as the Big Bang the Big Bang expanded. As soon as the universe started expanding, time and space existed. Now, time and space are a property of that expansion. They're both distances. Time is how long the universe took to expand from one area to another, and space is how far it took from one for the universe to expand from one place to another. So, how long and how far? Those are two different distances. And it can be explained easier in this way. So, the Big Bang is a fourth dimensional happening. Um, in the Big Bang, everything before the Big Bang, everything was just, well, we'll just say that everything didn't have any time or anything. So, everything was 3D or 2D or 1D. It was just there, it just existed. But then the Big Bang happened and the universe expanded, and that created the fourth dimension because it created space and time. So things are always moving outwards, always outwards, always outwards. Even now, we're moving outwards, and that's a property of the expansion of the universe. So to imagine that, let's say that a DVD. You're watching a movie. You're watching a DVD about. You're halfway through the movie, and you can see the scene that's going on right now. That is indicative of the fourth dimension. The scene that has happening on screen right now is the fourth dimension. Now, what is the whole DVD? Well, that's the fifth dimension. So you can rewind the DVD, go back in time, and you can go forward in the DVD. But you can't change anything in time. You can't change anything that happened in the DVD. So how could humans get, like the DVD, go back in time or go forward in time? Well, in time dilation, you can go forward in time by going at an excessive velocity or being acted upon by gravity. The deeper the gravity, the slower the time on on the planet that you're on, or whatever place you're on. But for the past, how could that happen? Because see, if you're going to go back in time, you yourself couldn't move, because the time is that everything has already happened will just, if you could go back in time, it would just happen backwards, if that makes any sense to you. Um, Now, there are, of course, theories about wormholes where you could open up a wormhole in the past, uh, or that wormhole to have existed for all that time, and then you have a wormhole on the other side, which is the future, and then you travel through that wormhole. It's like a book that, or a page that is folded over. So you're crossing from one time to another by folding that page. This is also an idea that we have for crossing large distances. So you could either cross time by a wormhole, or you could cross a large distance by a wormhole by folding the page of the universe. But is that really possible? By science, we haven't found anything that says that it is possible. Not yet, or we can imagine it happening, but we haven't found any evidence for it. Now, it would be great for time travel to happen, but in all likeliness, it's not possible. Only time dilation can happen. And that's the big problem with time travel. It's just not very possible within the scope of things as we humans can think right now. It's not possible. So basically, that wraps it up. There are paradoxes in the universe of Marty McFly, where if you go back in time, everything happens like that. There are paradoxes where if you go back in time, there's no paradox if you go back in time and you change things in the past, and those are things were meant to change. There is the real possibility of time dilation, where you can go into the future based on gravity and velocity, and basically that's pretty much all we have right now to think about time travel. Well, anyhow, if you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. Bye-bye.